All right, 8 low cap AI crypto projects that I'm bullish on right now. So how this video is going to look is we're going to start with the old money, the old school money, the Warren Buffett safe daddy money, higher market cap projects, and then we're going to be slowly going into the world of degeneracy and absolute degens. So the first one is actually Destra Network. So this one has a market cap right now of $307 million. So Destra Network is an AI cloud computing GPU related project. Actually, at first they kind of started as just like a cloud computing project, and then over time, as they expanded and their market cap grew, they actually developed more products. And they have a bunch of products now that they've released. And along with that, it actually did wick up to above $500 million before. It actually wicked on per DexTools data, wicked over to $564 million of a market cap. Right now, it's only at $307 million of a market cap. Now, back then as well, when it did make that wick at around April, right, of this year, April 3rd, let's just say, Bitcoin was actually trading at around the $60,000 zone. Right now, it is $91,000, and Bitcoin dominance has been going up. So along with that, I think that Bitcoin is going to keep increasing in price, but eventually, I think some of this money is going to trickle down into alts. I think Destra will be one of those alts as well that will get a nice fair share of that gain. Now, along with that, Bitcoin dominance has been going up and up, which is a good thing to see right now, as it makes me feel okay about still dollar cost averaging into alts, because I really think alts have not gone on their full tear that they're really expected to see, considering that usually Bitcoin dominance will continue to go up, and then eventually it will just kind of hit a peak, and then money will start flowing into alts further and further down. There's also a lot more money just in the market in general, considering back then the total crypto market cap was at 2.6 trillion, and right now it is actually above that. It is over 3 trillion right now. So there's a lot more money that I'm expecting to eventually get trickled down, and I think Destra is a solid AI crypto project that I'm incredibly bullish on. And also, I've been bullish on this one for a while. Actually, since it was at a $19 million market cap, I've been bullish on Destra when it was at 1 cent. And I also posted this project in my school group, which you can find at the top link in the description below, where I post all things small gems, projects that I'm looking at, daily TGEs, that type of thing. Either way, actually, my target goal is I think that Destra could hit over $700 million for a market cap. Now, the next one is Node AI, also known under the ticker as GPU. This project, of course, focuses mostly on GPU borrowing and lending, that type of thing. So these projects are pretty big, right? And Node AI is at a market cap of 86.12 trillion. It actually reached a peak at around 245 million as well before for a market cap, and currently it's just sitting at 86 million. So when it comes to my goals for this project, I actually think this one could hit 300 million for a total market cap as well. Also, I posted this one when it was at 16 cents as well. Now, another AI related project, this one is just mostly focused on the building of AI infrastructure. This is DEAI, also known as 01 Labs. Now, this project hit a market cap at around 99 million, actually $100 million for an all-time high. Currently, it's at 51 million right now. So that was back as well in April, during that whole April-March rally back in early 2024. And, you know, most projects like DEAI fell asleep since then, but it has actually been picking up quite a lot. And right now it's up to $50 million right now. It actually hit a low of 14 million. I actually think this project is more of a safer AI play, believe it or not. And I actually think this project could hit over $250 million when it comes to the total market cap of the all-time high, is what my goal is. So I think this one is eventually going to run up a lot more than what it currently has. Now, another one that's honestly kind of crazy to see is virtual protocols. And why is it crazy to see? Well, because I actually briefly talked about it when it had a market cap of $17 million in the school group, link in the description below, shameless plug. And currently it has a $376 million market cap. So kind of similar to Destra, how much of a gain Desync was Virtual Protocols, Virtual, under the ticker Virtual, was also one of those other projects. Now, this project is related to the niche of metaverse and also AI. So they're about kind of creating things in the metaverse and using AI, that type of thing. Very weeby, if you have to ask me, to be honest. But either way, it's been a nice gain of a project. So they're also on base, and I think this is also really good just to attract more investors as well that way. But I actually think this project could even do a 2x and go up to the $600 million market cap zone. All right, so those were the kind of safer projects. Now we're going to go into the more degen zone, the lower market cap zones. So these are the zones where, the gains could be much higher, but also the losses could be much worse, right? It could either do a 100x, 10x, or 0x, right? It's like either or. It's one of those things. Now, Infra, or also known as InfraX, is one of those projects, I think. Now, this project is sitting at a market cap of $14.7 million right now. There's only $1 million when it comes to the supply, so it's sitting at $14 right now. Now, this project is an AI GPU related project, but they've actually kind of expanded since they've initially started. At least that's kind of how I perceive it. And they've started to do a lot more things. They actually have a V3 DApp that's coming out as well. And there's a couple of cool different things that they're going to be having. So there's this integration of our 3D model AI. This is also going to be it's going to be for game developers looking to capitalize on the emerging influence of AI in the gaming sector. So that's one thing to note. They're also integrating the first physical GPU units as well. So it seems like they have actual physical GPUs, H100s, which I believe are very expensive GPU units. There's actually a whole slew of upgrades as well. So I actually think I should do a dedicated video later this week on this project as well, because they've just been continuing to develop and also add new features, which I think is going to be really cool. And I think considering that they can also add to this like gaming AI related niche is going to be extremely bullish for this project. Now, it previously wicked above $44 million of an all-time high. And I think this project has a lot of room to grow. I think it could easily exceed its previous all-time high. I think it could even go possibly above $80 million for a market cap. If they continue to land good KOLs, I think it at least increase their marketing on their good product that they have. I think this project is just going to fly. Also, I've been bullish on it for a while. I actually posted this project when it was at $2.46 as well. Next one is kind of the competitor, I would say, to Infra, and this is OpenGPU. This one has a market cap of $21 million. And so it's actually grown quite steadily. It actually had a run up in June of 2024, which is quite weird considering the market was just kind of bare at that point, right? Like there wasn't much liquidity kind of being flown around, and this project has actually done quite well. And if you actually just look at the chart, like it's slowly the lows have continued to get higher and higher. So that's also a good thing to note. So the chart looks just incredibly bullish, and I think that's interesting. So the TGE for this project was around April. So the previous projects I talked about were more of like March related TGEs. This one was in April TGE. So I also think that's kind of interesting. This one kind of lagged behind, yet it still took up a nice market share of $21 million since then. Now from this one, from what I can tell, is it's just related on borrowing and lending of GPU, and it doesn't really touch on other niches like InfraX does. I actually think InfraX could turn the market cap of OpenGPU, but I'm also still bullish on OpenGPU, and I think OpenGPU could hit a market cap of $60 million. All right. Are you guys ready to get absolutely degenerate? So first one, we got to just say, warning, absolute degen zone here. This project just released less than 24 hours ago, and it has a market cap of $2 million. It is vertical AI. Now, I also just say warning because these projects that just start out have a much higher percentage of either, gaining and doing quite well, like gaining some X's, but they also have the potential to obviously collapse or even go to zero. So that's kind of the risk when it comes to newly deployed TGEs. Now, this project is the no-code platform for AI model fine-tuning, train, deploy, and monetize AI models effortlessly through our integrated marketplace. So their product has not been released since they just kind of came out with the TGE. They're currently in the process of building their actual DApp. They also have a docs team, and then I actually found that there was a strategic sale. So there was seed, and there is seed money that is involved with this project. So the total supply is 100 million, and 20% of that, so 20 million, was reserved for strategic investors during the seed round. So 40% of the tokens will be unlocked at TGE, followed by a 10-day cliff, and a 60-day linear vesting. So I actually think these days could be increased. Honestly, that's kind of my thought. And the strategic sale price was raised at a valuation of $500,000 for the fully diluted valuation market cap. So that's also one thing to note. So there is some seed money that is involved with this project. From what I can tell, the team is also doxed. So that's another good thing. And overall, I like this project. I think it has some potential to it. Now, it actually kind of reminds me a lot like nuclei, also known under the ticker. So I can't say that word for some reason. And this project has a market cap right now of $22 million. And, it's related to AI, LLMs, that type of thing. And along with that, though, this project has so much like seed money, so much investors. There's public, there's C2, there's different stakers that get different money. There's C2 community ecosystem, blah, 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 private. And you can see all these different vesting periods. And at least what I like about this project, Vertical AI, is that there is only this amount that is set for investors, right? It's not like too confusing where, for example, a project like Nye has just a ton of different investors to it. There's also just a ton of inflation when it comes to the supply. And Vertical AI doesn't have those issues. So personally, I would like to see a $20 million market cap for this project, which it's only sitting at $2 million right now. So that would be a pretty big gain compared to where it is right now. But if they continue to roll out their DApp and things just continue to go smoothly, I could easily see this project hitting a $20 million market cap. Now, the last project I wanted to just briefly touch upon is OpenServe. This project came about actually quite recently. The TGE was around the 7th of November. And this project is related to AI agents, which is kind of this new sub niche of AI related crypto projects. And you can read more about it on the Twitter, but regardless, it is still an AI project that has come about recently. It also has a market cap, which is pretty high for a recent TGE at $7.57 million. And it also has 66% of the supply circulating out of the 1 billion tokens total. So this is a project that I think could have potential and could go to that $20 to $50 million zone. So that's all I got for this one. I actually already posted all these projects to my school group, which is at the top of the link in the description below. Anyways, guys, that's all for this one. See you in the next one.